How did you know? Like the best possible metaphor or analogy for life is Mortal Kombat. Why? Because it is dealing with your own mortality, but not just of the body, but of the spirit. And I disagree with James Lindsay on every front. Even if you thought Christianity's not true, which I'm horrified to think that it is. Even if Christianity's not true, in the game of Mortal Kombat, Christ is the best possible archetypical avatar you can use. Is it fun being Liu Kang? Yes. It's great to be able to kick across the screen, defying all laws of physics. But if you're drawn to the miraculous at all, Christ himself doesn't even require the kick. All of his special moves are simply speaking. He basically forgives Sub-Zero and Scorpion before they try to send harpoons or ice at him. You know? Name anyone else in the Mortal Kombat franchise, and I dare you to make an argument that they're a better choice than Christ himself in the game of combat mortality. It's like Mortal Kombat may be more than just true. It might be truth itself. Here's a question. Why was it necessary to make Sonya hot? Why did they make a character go into a full split and also punch another man in his penis? It's like that was the beginning of the subversive element of culture. That was a perversion of what it is to be a man. No, you face a man head on, you look at them in the eyes. You don't go into a full split. That's nonsense. That's some Hollywood mumbo jumbo. You beat him like a real man. You don't hit him in the nuts. Certainly while you're doing a split. It's like, if you really think about it, it's like Sonya was like the whore of Babylon. And don't get me started on the Ninja Turtles. Jax. Yes, let's talk about Jax. It's like, what is this character? It's like, what is he representing? It's not even reflective of the culture surrounding Black America at the time. In fact, they should have just made Jax a full-on slave. You know? Where he still wears his chains, but he demonstrates how he transcends his own affliction. He transcends his own constraint by transforming his constraints into the weapon itself. It's got deep, powerful, metaphorical meaning. And I'm not sure why they didn't listen. Back in the 90s, they called me up. They said, we want your consultation on this new video game from Konami. And I said, look, I think you've got Jax all wrong. Is Goro the symbolic representation of our society today? Well, yes and no. Mostly no. But partially yes, and probably yes in a more meaningful way than no. So that means yes. But yes, he represents the multiplicity of the apparatus of the technosphere. That you multiply your hands. That you use technology to multiply your body. Goro is transhumanist. You know? Kunami Tusami. Depends by what you mean by is. But now it's like we've gone into this culture now where you can't even make a video game or make a fantasy novel or a novella or a movie or anything else without passing through the gauntlet of wokeness and Jewish communities.
Bagel.
It's like you can't even say the truth. It's not even possible. You have to encode the truth, which I could make an argument that forcing the creative being into coding their truth could perhaps result in better art. And I'm not saying we ought to keep the wokeness around and all of the censorship. But if you're a creative person and you're given constraint, the words you say is thank you. That's your access to growth, bucko. Take what you've got. Make it better. If you got dungarees, don't ask for corduroys.